From the war rooms of Washington to the strategy tables of Beijing, this is what the world is watching. I am Dr. Reuben, and each week we dissect the power plays, policy shifts, and geopolitical risk shaping tomorrow's world. This is clarity for decision makers, bold, unfiltered, and strategic. Welcome.
From the halls of Washington to the shipping lanes of the South China Sea, one truth is becoming increasingly clear. The United States is no longer waiting for global permission. It is acting strategically, unilaterally, and unapologetically. Welcome to What the World is Watching. I'm Reuben. And today, we are pulling back the curtain on how America is writing the global playbook. Not with treaties, but with tools of dominance, sanctions, chips, and alliances, and code. Let's begin with a new front line, economic warfare. The dollar has long been a symbol of American might. Now, it is a weapon. From cutting Russia off SWIFT to cornering China's semiconductor ambitions and export controls, the United States is turning commerce into combat. The Chips and Science Act, that's not just industrial policy. That's techno-sovereignty in action. Washington is no longer content with global supply chains. It wants strategic control over who gets to compute and who doesn't. And if you think that's just about economics, you're not paying attention. Then there's the diplomacy, or rather the bypassing of it. The UN is being ignored. Global consensus is optional. East, we see the rise of many alliances and coalitions of the willing. AUKUS, Quad, IPEF. These are not clubs, they are platforms for projection. Whether it's backing Taiwan, embracing Israel's strategic autonomy, or expanding NATO despite Russian protests, the United States is playing a game of positional dominance, not with loud declarations, but with quiet deployments. Now let's talk technology. Control over AI isn't just a Silicon Valley obsession. It is now statecraft. Washington is regulating artificial intelligence at home so it can export those rules abroad. The video chips are being treated like uranium. TikTok, that's no longer a social media app, it's a battleground. Welcome to the digital Cold War, and make no mistakes, it's already underway. But here is the real pivot. This isn't a rejection of global order, it is rebranding. A rule-based system, yes, but increasingly is America's rules that are being enforced without debate. Soft power being backed by hard edges. Trade is conditional. Partnerships are performance-based. So what does all this mean? It means the United States is moving from global manager to strategic actor. It's done refereeing the world's quibbles. Now it's playing to win with surgical strikes of policy, finance, and technology. And as the old institutions fall silent, what emerges isn't chaos, it's clarity, cold, calculated, and very American. So what should the world be watching? Watch where influence flows without bullets. Watch where nations align and which are isolated. Watch how silence from Geneva or Brussels is replaced with action from Arlington, Austin, and Palo Alto. Because this is not nostalgia. This is not restoration. This is the empire striking back. I'm Dr. Reuben, and this is What the World is Watching. And we'll see you next week, where power meets purpose and clarity cuts through the fur.